Master also was very encouraging to me in that he believed that I could do whatever I put my mind to. And but not all of the same symptoms. And I watched what happened to her, and I thought, well, that's impossible, because it was. And she encouraged me to try it, and I thought, well, I can try anything for a month, and so eventually self-reliant to the degree that that was possible. It was certainly the case within my family on both my mother and father's side. And
oh my gosh, that's a big question. I've been obsessed from a very young age with wanting to help people make their life better. And I don't think it was because I was such a good person. It's because I had a hell of a childhood. I had 4 different fathers. My father's alcoholic, but he was not violent. My mother was a violent alcoholic and also an abuser of prescription drugs. And I had a younger brother, 5 years younger sister. So I became a practical psychologist.
You want to beat the world champion, because I held the world title at the time. He says, no, I want to kill the world champion. So anyway, I decided to go to Rome and do the movie with Bruce, and of course he killed me, but he said, I don't want to make you out to be a bad guy. When I kill you, I'm going to put your uniform across your chest and put your belt there. So it's like 2 gladiators fighting each other. But anyway, that was the beginning of my career. And then
actually, we had a lovely sort of Q&A session with an audience beforehand, with some students and filmmakers, whatever. And Zana, the actress who was doing the interview I'd worked with, I did a movie with her, which was funny. I hadn't seen her since then. So that was really cool. And I had a really nice time with the crowd there. And then it's weird. I have absolute.
He actually went to the Olympics in '36 in Berlin. He stood in the stadium with Adolf Hitler. Wow. There were some other people there too.
Yeah, it was still, that's the one who's...
Yes, I didn't actually get to see the medal till I was, late teens. He never spoke about it, never mentioned it. Very, very modest man.
What?
My dad was fishing with my dad, and my mum and dad. We got into the boat, my dad took the oars, and I said to my mother, does he know what he's doing? And she said, yeah.
Donc il l'avait joué comme ça. Bon, et le pari, c'était aussi que beaucoup de gens ne m'attendaient pas dans ce rôle. Beaucoup de gens pensaient que j'allais rentrer dans une comédie, disons, plus légère.
Oui, vous auriez pu faire une rentrée en pantoufle avec un petit fédo.
Voilà, exactement. Si vous voulez, il y avait beaucoup de théâtres de Paris qui m'avaient proposé des fédos, la puce à l'oreille ou des choses comme ça, où je prenais sans prétention aucun risque. Je veux dire, parce que comme vous dites, c'était un peu une rentrée en pantoufle. Là, c'était une rentrée, ça passait... ou ça cassait, quoi. Là, j'avais pas le choix. Donc c'est.
Well, first of all, I think if somebody is doing something that is useful to the rest of society, I think that's a good thing. Like, it doesn't have to change the world. Like, if you're doing something that has high value to people, and frankly, even if it's like just a little game, or some improvement in photo sharing or something, if it has a small amount of good for a large number of people.
Level? They're artificial, definitely, and Bohm really stresses this, and it's a very interesting notion, because in our Western way of thinking, we're so attached to the idea that when we come up with a concept, like an apple or an electron or whatever, that exists out there, and we forget, it's kind of like fish unaware of the water in which they swim, that the conceptual pigeonholes we use, words, to describe reality, are phenomena inside our head. They're not out there. And most of the time this is a philosophical quibble.
Тогда я, наверное, прокомментирую по-русски, вот так, чтобы Лаврову было понятнее. Да, я уверен, что все русскоязычные украинцы прекрасно понимают украинский.
И наоборот.
Мы не являемся в собственной стране. Да, вот я действительно родился в русскоязычной семье. Я сейчас принципиально перешел на украинский. Да, 60% людей, с которыми я воевал на фронте, я не говорю про Азов, с которыми я пересекался.
Я желаю для каждого человека, который пришел в этот мир, вот истинного, настоящего, насколько это возможно понять, человеческого счастья, чтобы сбывались ваши мечты, которые влияны сердцем, чтобы вы нашли свое предназначение в этой жизни и передали культура и наследие своего народа своим детям.
The advantage of owning your own company, and that is I've always worked from home, so I've never worked from an office. When I say never, not pretty well never. I mean, there were, you know, right in the early days, you know, I'd pop in a lot to our record company, so I originally worked in a houseboat. You know, the kids would, you know, be crawling around on the floor. I'd be having, you know, meetings with people. Might even be changing a nap.
Into what we call the real world around us. And it translates in so many ways that are so fascinating, that we gauge the quality of the friends we have by their ideas. We are attracted to certain ideas and repelled by others. Are those things fiction? Are they nonfiction? I no longer care. Tell me what's going on in your mind. Tell me what's going on in your heart. And I will feel the magnetism that will make me choose you.
My daughters are the best actresses on earth right now. And they're just a joy to be around. I don't know how they feel about me being their dad. Emma Watson is very kind. She says I resemble her father a bit. So that's very nice. I'm inspired by their energy. They're a fun group to be around. They have a great... Well, we all respect and love the experience of Breaking Bad and the excellence of it, everyone who made it. And actually, we have the same writers, mostly from Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan, Peter Gould, and the writing staff. Many of them came over. So everyone gave it a lot of care. And I've only seen one, but I heard good things about that second one. I heard
Is that
it's
right?
Really kind of
You've
crazy.
only seen one, huh?
I spent 14 hours on my knees in the desert for that second one. So I hope it turned out.
Well,
Ну, самые антироссийские санкции ввел Путин против собственного народа, а именно запретив ввоз продовольствия, что привело уже к росту цен. И болтовня о том, что импортозамещение приведет к развитию сельского хозяйства в России, она только для наивных, потому что понятно, что для того, чтобы там увеличить поголовье скота, увеличить надои и так далее, нужны годы, да. Понятно, что у нас вот накануне осени, да, урожай новый посеять, собрать тем более тоже нельзя. Поэтому стали расти цены.
Вещей, потому что НАК владеет необходимыми площадями, на которых он может начинать разработку и интенсифицировать, как бы, и увеличивать добычу на новых месторождениях. Третий момент – тарифная политика. И четвертый момент очень важный, то, о чем, вот, собственно говоря, говорится, это вопрос инфраструктуры. То есть может оказаться, что нам просто не на чем будет этот газ доставлять непосредственно потребителю. То есть это комплексный вопрос. Нельзя сказать, что мы там решаем вопрос добычи или решаем.
The catastrophes are blight and the dust storms, which are from the Dust Bowl. Man-made problems, yes, but they've already ones that we've had before in the past. So they're not a new conception of what the problem may be. It's something that's already happened, and he's bringing it to the future.
You're a man. So that first one I got, it was called Alpine. It was a public course where our high school team played. Yeah. I get the first one. And my group that's with me says he got the hole-in-one. And so the club's just sitting there making the trophy. Yeah, congratulations, Matthew. How you doing? Well, 11 days later, and they hadn't finished the trophy yet. I come in with the new group, and they say, we got another one, right? And it was on a different hole, and they're like, oh, bullshit. Yeah, he stiffed me. So anyway, they said, oh, we're gonna hit them legally, and we all said, you know, we're not gonna jack with it. If y'all can get the money.
Repeat some of the meditations we did in Asia for the people who wanted to go deeper in the Jinkanjing, the Diamond Cutter Sutra. And so, whoa, you didn't turn your phone off. So I really enjoy New York. I lived and worked here for many years, and I thought, you know, New York, a lot of my older students are here. Not old in the sense of age, but
very, very fundamental and enormous between the two charters. On the one hand, you have the Labour Lib Dem charter that is sub-Leveson, but does it to a decent degree. On the other hand, you have the Prime Minister's Royal Charter, which is nowhere near Leveson. It's a total betrayal of all his promises to the victims. No threat whatsoever to press freedom in what Leveson recommended. He bent over backwards to make sure of that.